beautiful people, you are welcome to today's tutorial once more. This is the picture we are working on today. This is the dress we want to work on today. Okay, so, and I pray God gives us understanding. Okay, so I want to talk about the sleeve first. The sleeve is easy, but the person that sent in somebody that saw the picture when I wanted to do it said I should talk on the sleeve, and I don't want to be talking privately to one person. Let me still share it, and you go ahead and join me as I'm going through it. So this is an exaggerated sleeve. It's called a balloon sleeve, right? Now the meaning of balloon is that it's going to be bloated, right? So that means we are not working with our sleeve pattern. Okay, we are going beyond our sleeve pattern, and this is the sleeve pattern I have for this person. So now whatever I'm going to be doing, this sleeve now has to be blown up. Do you understand? So what it means is that from here to here is going to be exaggerated, from here to here is going to be exaggerated. Then at the end of the day, we are going to be using our elastic band, half inch if you want, or make it 1 inch to gather the hem of the sleeve, right? So I always tell people, in getting this place, use your armhole plus 1.5 inch will fit in for anything you are doing here to get this length here. Okay, to get this length you are seeing while plaiting, working on your sleeve pattern, from here to here should be your armhole length plus 1.5 inch. If you do that, you will not have a problem. Now for this particular sleeve pattern, if you look at this area of that sleeve, you see it was pleated, right? That means this place went up. Do you understand? Now there's already pleating around this place and around this place, right? So what it now means is that we are going to be measuring from here to here. Okay, whatever we got into half, let's assume we measure from here to here and we got 10 inches, right? That means whatever we are adding here and here is going to be 5 inches. So 2.5 by this side and 2.5 by this side is okay. You mark it, 2.5 by this side and 2.5 by this side is okay. Now some people have this thing about just folding fabric, and because it's balloon, just cut it anyhow. I don't believe in that. I always want my pattern. I want my pattern to follow this particular pattern that we have here, right? I want it to follow this particular, so that we get the shape of what we are looking for. Now if this place to this place is 9 inches, right? To get this exaggerated band, we are going to add extra 18 inches here, making 27 inches. You can make it 1.5, but I want mine to be very big. Okay, so I'm going to be adding extra 18 inches. So this is where this sleeve is now going to stop. So I'm going to be following our sleeve pattern like so. Okay, and then 2 inches from here. Okay, and then, do you understand? So I will have to pleat this place, pleat all this place to enter to the center, so that the whole of this place will still enter from here to here on our cloth. Do you understand? Whatever we are doing, look at it properly, you will see that everything here will still enter this armhole line on our clothes. So all these things will be compressed to this particular one here, and that is what makes it a balloon sleeve, because when you are done, everything is going to puff up. And that is that for the sleeve. I told you it's as simple as that. It's not hard. Now we come to the pattern itself, to the gown itself. This is the gown, right? So now I've already plotted my pattern 3 by 3 inches, or you can go ahead to make your own 2.7 by like 2.7, so that it can lap like a turtleneck. Okay, like a, is it alter neck now they call it? Okay, so but I prefer to go by 3 by 3 inches. I came down 1 inch, I came in by half inch here, and then to beautify my armhole, and I've marked all my points, right? So I'm going to cut it out. Now I'm going to show you something different I did while cutting this. Somebody asked me a question. He said your channel is not for beginners. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. So when I asked him why, he said so. He said because I don't start from the scratch. Now I don't there's a video already on how to create a basic bodice for a pattern, and it's on my channel. Do you understand? So you can scroll down to check for the video and you watch it. If I start to add how I've got all these things here now, this video will be up to 1 hour. But with what I'm doing now, this video is going to be like 15 minutes, 18 minutes, and we are done. Do you understand? So I've created the pattern for the gown. This is the pattern for the gown. So I will open it up like so. Any pattern we are using for this particular style is going to look like this. I will tell you why. Okay, it's going to look like this. I'll tell you why. Because we are going to be working on the front, the bodies. Do you understand? We are going to be working on the body, so it depends on you. Well, some people can go ahead to cut it directly on their fabric. I won't do that because I want it to look exactly like what the customer said I should sew. Do you understand? So I'm going to fold it back because I want to mark my points. So this is the bust line. Do you understand? And this is the waistline. Do you understand? And this is the hip line right here. So as you can see now, for the first cutout, for the first cutout, it went from under the armhole to somewhere around here, around the shoulder. But there was something they played here. If you look at it, you see that it, when on getting to this place, it looks curved. So it's just for you to be creative about it. And then I'm going to go like so. I will go on top of my bust area. I will come down a little, okay, to make it look like so. And then I will go this way again, go straight up. Okay, now for the second line, you will see that it came from the hip area. Okay, that one does not really have what they did. Came from the hip area straight to the waist. Do you understand? So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. And for the back, you can go ahead to still do exactly the same thing you did for the front, but I wouldn't want to waste my time on the back, because I know that if you are doing, you can do whatever you want for the back, but for the front, this is what we are going to be doing. Now I'm telling you that you can as well still go ahead to do whatever you did for the front for the back. Do you understand? And so we are going to be cutting out now. Okay, so this is it into 3 parts now. So we are not working on this one. This one is just plain. This is what we are working on, and this is where we are working on. Do you understand? So now if you look at the gathering or the flay, okay, if you look at it, you see that if you want it to be very, very full, it is this length. Measure from here like so. Measure from here like so. Times 3, and it will be very full. But I won't advise you to do that. Well, if you make it times 3, this gown will be too full that it will not look classy the way it's looking. This one is looking. Do you understand? So I will prefer to go by 1.5 inch. So I will be slashing and spreading this particular pattern to make 1.5 inch. I will still tell you what you did here is not what you are going to do here. I will tell you why. Now I will slash this my second pattern. Okay, I will slash into how many I want. Okay, I will slash it and I will spread it. I will slash it and I will spread it in a way. I will spread it in a way that it will be this measurement times 1.5. Do you understand? So if I measure from here to here and it's giving me 4, that means 1.5 of this 4 is 6 inches, right? That means this length now from here to here should give me 10. 4 plus 6, that is 10. So I'm going to be spreading this one to give me 10 inches. Get from this particular one, if I got 4 inches, I want it to be times 2. That means I'm going to be making this length from here to here 8 inches. That's because I don't want it to be full. I do not want it to be too full. I still want it to look classy the way this one is. So I will still go ahead to show you what I'm going to do to the third part. So you just watch and see me. So we have how many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 spaces, right? So what we are adding here is extra 2, 3, 4. What we are adding here is extra 4 inches, right? So these spaces should carry 1, 2, 3, 4. These spaces should carry 1 inch. So here should be 1 inch, here should be 1 inch, here should be 1 inch, and then here should be 1 inch. And make sure you place it the way it's following each other. So can you see now? Can you see now? Okay, so we are going to be gathering all here like so. You gather all here like so and make sure you pleat it into this place. And it's going to be pleated on top. So when you gather it, you pleat on top of this particular one and you stitch. Do you understand? That is what is causing the ruffles you are seeing on top of it. So this is like this and this is like this. Now the third one is going to be 2 again into 2 again. So you are going to measure from here to here, but this time around do not bother to follow the whatever you are getting here. Do you understand? Just know that measure from here to here. If I got 10 inches here, that means this one is going to be 20 inches. Do you understand? So when you get that 20 inches, you now pleat it on top of this one again. Now after you have done it, let's go ahead to cut it. So do you understand now? And this is the last one. You are going to be pleating all these ones to enter this one, and you are going to be pleating all these ones to enter this place. Now when you are done, remember that what you did for the front was what you did for the back, right? What you did for the front was what you did for the back. Now after you have joined the front, you will join the back, place each of them together and trim out wherever you want the length to be. That's why I say this particular last one does not really have a problem. Just make sure you get ×2 of whatever you get here. Then pleat it to join this one. Join the whole front and the whole back together. Do you understand? Join the whole front the way it is. If this is what you did for the back, some people will want to do something else for the back. But I am saying if I were to be the one, I will do exactly this thing I did for the front for the back. Now when you do it for the back, join it again the way you join this front part, and then you trim whatever the length you want. You trim it out and give it whatever nice shape that you feel you want to give it, right? You give it whatever nice shape you want to give your own. But remember, when shaping out, make sure that the two sides are equal and you trim nicely out. Now let me see if I can cut it on a fabric for you to see.